Morning, friends. Pastor Chuck Blair. Great to have you joining me for 10 minutes of morning calm. And today what I want to talk about is sort of a danger that religion needs to watch out for. And it's a danger, again, everything. It's not about looking out. It's really about looking in and where might this be true for us? And that's look at the religion of our heart and where maybe sometimes it can get a little bit off. And that really depends no matter what religion you are. And so what I want to do is just come at it from this end, that there's always a danger anytime we mix the idea of religion and power. Oftentimes, and it's one of the biggest challenges I think in faith systems, is there's this belief that if I just had a little more power, then I'd coming from a religious perspective, that the world would be a much better place. And we got to be super careful of that. And, see examples of that over and over again where some cultures, some countries, some particular positions, what they do is that they use kind of Christianity or whatever religion is the sort of the coin of the realm, so to speak, and that they slowly but surely try to accrue power, but they put a religious patina on it. So the accrual of power, in other words, the gaining more and more power, but putting a religious patina on it, that's a very dangerous thing because, who wants to argue with someone who really believes that they're arguing and coming across and running life and doing things because they have the ear of God, so to speak, and they really understand exactly how it goes and exactly how it's supposed to be. You can imagine where that's really challenging. And what we want to do is we want to rid ourselves of that. We want to take away this idea of power and really go to the idea of meaning. That's what religion is really here to give us. It's not here to empower us in a political sense. It's not here to empower us even in a social sense per se. It's really here to help us develop a deeper and deeper sense of meaning and to create worlds and cultures and ripples of meaning out there into the world. That's really significant. And here's a passage that deals with it. This is from the book Secrets of Heaven. And let me read this for you. When we don't consider ourselves, worldly advantages, reputation, or reward, we're not self-righteous or hypocritical. Boy, that's such a beautiful line. So when we get rid of, this idea that it's how do we take religion and how do we use it to be an advantage to ourselves, give us a worldly advantage, help our reputations, reward us somehow. We do that, all of a sudden when those things drop, religion just loses all of its transactional elements and we're just left with this deep, abiding, heartfelt faith. When we get rid of the transactions, we're left with a heartfelt faith. And when we're with that heartfelt faith, what we then are allowed to do on the other side of it is we're really able to go out there into the world and really start to make a difference as God will give us to see it. And that's where we really do find a deep, deep, deep meaning out there in our lives. So that's for today's 10 minutes of calm. It's just something to think about. Where is it that you can, if you want to look at it as a positive way, where is it that you can really, really kind of lean into this whole sense of meaning? Like, how can I live a real sense of meaning? Like, lean into that. Really try to live that as best you can. Sense of meaning, sense of meaning, sense of meaning. And if there is sort of parts of it, little whiffs of power are getting in there, which they will. Do the best you can to just push that aside because that's not the game that religion is here to play. It's really here to give us a life of meaning, to give us a moral framework for doing that. And that's a much better place to be. So I hope that makes sense, dear friends. And what we're going to do now is we're going to ring the prayer bell, go through our little quiet time here at New Church Live, sort of coming to a little calm place. So please join me here as I ring the prayer bell. Big breath. And meditation. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and. Be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends, and with that, I'm going to sign off today because we are actually headed out to Pittsburgh as this is being aired. We're going out there to visit family. So wishing you all the very best, and we'll see you tomorrow morning on 10 Minutes of Morning